Today is Saturday, October 13th, 2018, and we are at the Community Media Center in Westminster, Maryland. I am Don Warner, and I'm interviewing a veteran, Bill William Christopher. Goes by Will, whatever, even Chris. His story starts in 1953, really, when you had to make a decision on what you were going to do. You graduated from high school, right?
Right.
Bill, and how does that get you into the service? You're not the Korean War is ended.
Yes, well.
But you have an interesting story about a recruiting officer.
The recruiting officer there, Captain Carlson, came, knocked on my door and came to my house. And he told me to enlisted under a new thing that President Eisenhower put in effect. He want to cut back the service. In fact, when he left office, he warned people against the military businesses that run the country. And it was called like a enlisted reserve. So I went to maintenance, had a Second Army patch, and went to Fort Knox 6 months, come home. Then I was transferred into the Army National Guard of Maryland. So I got 2 honorable discharges. One from the Army and one from the National Guard in 1962. I mean, I raised my right hand, one hand, whatever, something got away. I didn't have no question, no argument with her about that. But fortunately, my birth year, I was able to avoid any real conflicts. But I'm not I don't have a real heroic story or anything like that, you know. But this one, and it didn't run to Canada.
The branch of service that you selected when the recruiting officer come was
U.S. Army.
U.S. Army, and you did your basic training.
Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Fort Knox, Kentucky, and
went to school. I got the MOS, your occupation. I started out in supply, and a field range blew up and 2 cooks were burned up. Anybody not a cook? I raised my hands right here. He said, "Where did you learn to go to school?" I said, "Didn't I fabricated a little story." I said, "I'm the oldest of 10 children. I had to help out in the kitchen." He said, "What you'll do, come on." Now I end up being a cook.
And you just came up with that on the impulse, or had you strategized that you?
Some cooks, I've always felt a little hungry, like I wasn't getting nothing to eat, so I had to resolve that.
That's a good solution to an appetite, being the cook. You were married or single or?
Married.
And
3 children, sets middle and passed away.
Sorry to hear that. But at the time of the enlistment, you were a single man. Your marriage occurred while you were in the service?
Yeah, just before I finished up.
When you?
61, I just started in 62.
And you were out of the service when you got married?
No, I was just about done.
Just about.
Yeah, I was on standby twice under President Kennedy. Once they sent some guys over Germany, and they needed a group command, and we had just switched from missiles to group command. And they picked the outfit from Kansas first. The company commander said it's because there had been a group command for years and the unemployment was high there. How accurate all it is, I don't really know. That's what they told us anyway. And the second time during the Cuban crisis, but fortunately that was resolved.
The Cuban crisis was I'm giving the people a reference date.
Just before I got out.
1961?
62, somewhere in there.
Yeah, okay. And that heightened military awareness, right? Did you get any alert that?
I'd say we were on standby.
Standby.
But unfortunately, everything, like I said, was resolved. No
Oh, yeah.
Around or anything like that. Thank God for that.
And the next event that occurred in your military experience is,
Discharge.
but how does Vietnam come into your story?
Well, it's strange because in 1982 we got up and they said on TV about being forced in areas, some streets were closed and be careful. We're going in and take public transportation. Well, she's dedicating the Vietnam Memorial. So I changed, I got dressed. Everybody said, where you going? I had to put heavier clothes on. I said, I don't know if it was a good idea to get involved in a ground war or a civil war in South Vietnam or not. I said, but they treated guys like trash. And she said, that was absolutely wrong. So I said, I'm going to go stand on the corner. So I went to, and he went over. And I filmed everything, pictures, the parade, everything was in there. And then, in the American Legion magazine, above American Legion, I write up on nurses. And they had a nurse in Vietnam, right up on her. She was one, said she's in the parade. And when they put the runs on the end, but something was missing, it was the women's memorial. How about the 10,000 women, she said, that worked over there. And she pushed hard for 9 years and had the women's memorial built. And they got a picture of her leading that. So I sent her to 12. And I asked her if she would be interested in being the Grand Marshal of the parade here on Memorial Day. She said she would, but it can't be the 220 because they have one for 19 already. And so I gave that to the guy head of the parade committee. You know, it might work it out, hopefully. It'll be good advertising for the Legion and everything else.
Well, so your military service concluded in what calendar year?
62.
62.
Those are what they call Cold War veterans. Fortunately, didn't get into combat anywhere. And all my friends tell me that's been there. So I believe them. They've been there. They know the story.
So you affiliate, did you affiliate with any of the veteran organizations?
American Legion.
American Legion?
And I donate to all of them, but everybody asks for money. The disabled Americans and various groups, veteran groups. We always donate to charities once a year. I mean, once a week. Every week we send a check somewhere as a charity, help them out.
And what did you, after your military in 62, what did you come, what industry did you decide to?
I went back to where I was. I had an apprenticeship in pressman from writing newspaper press. We got assigned by Secretary of Labor, really. So I went back to the Subaltern Sun work, and as part of apprenticeship worked at News American and Outlook Reviewer.
When did you get married?
May 14, 1961, 73 years. Did it right the first time, still there.
And
I stayed, and I tell her every day, they stuck my whole life. It was the best day of my life. And what's more important is I mean it.
and you started the family, that you mentioned you have 3?
3 children, yes, sir. And the middle one was always ill and passed away in 2005.
So how did any of them follow you in the military, or
No,
did you think you encouraged them or discouraged them?
I think Ray listened to the Marines said they do that place up in Lebanon that killed a lot of Marines, and he said they didn't even have an arm, they didn't have bolts in their gun, guarding it. And I think that changed his mind. I could be wrong about that, but it seemed that way to me.
Well, being a cook, do you in the service? Did you follow that up in private life?
Well, I can cook, if I have to. I help out my wife in the kitchen all the time, help her out. But she has some real,
But that's in your home. You didn't do anything?
no.
They call you up at the American Legion to come in and cook occasionally?
No. I enjoy their Friday night specials. Yeah,
You ju-
good cooking there, very, very good food.
Oh, yeah, they do. You have annual events there that sell out each year too. The if you were looking at your that recruiting sergeant that came calling on you, if you were in hindsight, you would have said yes again?
Certainly, I'm not ashamed of where you are for. I'm not saying I war, unfortunately, like I said, didn't get into any combat. It's just by accident, birth year. But I'm not ashamed. I'm very, well, very fortunate. We all live in this country. I mean, if I lived south of the border, seeing how we lived over there, and we're going down there, I'd be trying to get in this country too. You can bet on that. No blaming people.
Yeah, the people that want to come here.
Yeah. We're not putting a law to keep people from leaving the country. We're putting a law to keep them from sneaking in the country.
Right.
Every day they lie. Look, people now saying the Constitution is irreverent. That's what makes us American. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't understand it.
The Westminster is your home, and that's. Did you move around or
Yes, originally I'm out of East Baltimore.
East Baltimore?
Baltimore, Patterson Park. I grew up in Patterson Park just about. Until I was 13, then I moved down to Mills. I was there until I got married in 61. And my wife hung out of Reisterstown.
And Westminster you chose because of.
We lived in a two-story house, and I promised when I retired we'd go to a one-story house and live in it. Just we didn't run down the steps too much.
So you've lived in Westminster how long?
2000.
2000.
Moved in here in the fall with a big snowstorm.
So your experience in the military, you would say that was an honor,
Certainly.
and
Nothing wrong with standing up for good old USA. I don't care what. Blessed born here.
well, we certainly, all of us, thank you for your service. The occasion of Veterans Day is important to all of our citizens, and certainly respect you for coming here today and sharing that experience. Now, I haven't asked you a lot of questions, but I know that you've got some things that you want to share with us, so this is the time to.
Well, not too much. I mean, sometimes something's happening at the time you think was questionable, and then you look back on it, you laugh at it, you know. A lot of experiences.
Any one or two of those come to mind?
Yeah, I walked down the street before I got to Kentucky, but after we got there, another guy was with me. And this car comes up with stars on it. Somebody stopped and saluted it. The guy, chauffeur gets out and starts talking to the guy next to me. And next to it fell out. And the field said the sergeant, and it says, had everybody reported, everybody was accounted for and everything. He called the guy at 42, and when the second in command at Fort Knox wants to know why you salute with a cigar in your mouth with your left hand.
What's your comeback on that?
It's funny. It wasn't funny to him. But another time, he said, who's the first one? The guard duty might happen to be me. So I reported to the commander's office. So I went there. He said, go put your outfit, get dressed, go and get something to eat right away and come back and report. So then I went back in there, and there's a guy standing there. got a 45-foot clip in, cocks it. Just put this in one. He said, take this guy over and eat and stand behind him. So that's okay. So and he said, what's wrong? Here, come on, doggy, 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 all this stuff to me. You know, I didn't pay attention. So we go there, and then he says, okay, take him over. He said, put all his stuff in the duffel bag and take him over to supply, and they gave him a receipt for it. Then I walk him to the jail. Clear catty-corner, clear across Fort Knox. You think they'd send a jeep or a truck or something? Heck no, I had to walk him over there. He said, if he gets away, he has to serve his time. I said, he ain't getting away if it's comes over. You bank on that. Fortunately, walked him over, he got. Unfortunately, he was a Korean War veteran, but stealing 45 and wanted to sell him in Louisville, and they turned him in. The hot shot did.
Oh,
So he was in jail for it. And that's all bad time. That's extra time you got to put in the service.
so,
They tell me anyway. Unfortunately, I don't really know because I didn't have any instance I had for myself.
the variations of experiences are widespread as far as what we learn from our veterans. Your case is kind of unique in the fact that the Korean War ended while you were in high school, right?
Just got out of high school, right?
Yeah, just got out of high school. So there was no immediacy for you to,
Well, just right on the way to get drafted, that's all.
yeah, you just stood there and,
Knocked on the door, come here, sign me up. It was simple as that. Crazy, I know. It's the way life is sometimes. You just don't know what's going to happen next day to the next.
you remember the name of that recruiting?
And there's Captain Carlson.
Say it again?
Captain Carlson.
They knocked on your door.
Yeah.
Was he canvassing the neighborhood or?
I don't know. Really don't know. I guess he got a list of names somewhere or other. I don't know. Just came in. That was it.
You didn't go to the recruiting center.
No, he came on the front door. Knocked on 121 on Byway Road, Norris Mills. 119. Yeah.
That's fascinating. Well, Bill, we're coming to the conclusion of our interview. As we ask all our interviewers, our veterans, there must be something I didn't ask you that you want to share, and I think giving you one last opportunity here.
Not really. I'm just fortunate. I'm just in and out, no problem. Real crap. He had dodge bullets or trying to shoot somebody. I didn't even know. He had not, I had nothing against him. He had nothing against me. But our government said shoot each other. So I didn't have to do that. Fortunately, I feel sorry for the guys that did though. I really have a really tender soft spot for the Vietnam veterans. They never were treated right. In fact, I seen a sign on a car. It says, I was a Vietnam veteran before it was popular. That's what we're starting to treat them right now, finally.
Before it was popular. That's Bill. I'm honored to have a chance to visit with you this morning, and Community Media Center thanks you. And as a veteran, we honor our veterans, and the Community Media Center has does this annually, and we certainly would appreciate if you would pass the word along to your fellow veterans.
I gave Mr. Taylor a note for a guy to call. He was the Tet offense in Vietnam, a good friend of mine.
Right.
He found it was only last year he really felt like he was walking back home. Felt like he was being welcomed. As I talked to him going to that breakfast that the Dove House puts in over for veterans, and I talked to him going there, and that's when we felt that he was welcome home for the first time.
Right. Well, my pleasure, and
It is,
it's a pleasure to meet you and visit with you. And thank you for coming.